Catherine, the Princess of Wales, returned to the Baftas red carpet. Praise be. And she did so in a royal rewear. We love a royal rewear. She is wearing this beautiful, ethereal Gucci gown that she previously wore in, I think it was 2019. She looks so beautiful here. She's glowing. She looks ethereal and dreamy along with this beautiful flowy gown. It's like literally angelic, and I love that her hair is, I believe this is her natural curl, you guys. She is so relaxed, so beautiful, and matching Prince William with his velvet dinner jacket, matching her waistband is like so perfect. I can't even. This couple looks fabulous here. They both look perfect. Let's get into today's fashion edition. Hi everybody, I'm Beebs Kelley. Welcome back to another fashion edition. Please do make sure you're subscribed before we jump in, and if you'd like to, click that like button, hype this video, and leave me a comment down below. So before we get into some of the celebrities from the red carpet, let's take a closer look at Catherine's beautiful look for this evening. Wow, I love this dress so much because it just looks so gorgeous on her. These blushy colors complement her well, and paired up with William's velvet dinner jacket here, it really brings forward the blushy tones. It really played into those reds and pinks, and that hue is just magic. This is so beautiful, and it also shows you the power of switching up the belts or an accent color or an accessory of some kind to kind of bring forward a specific color in a dress or a garment. If you have a garment with lots of different colors throughout or shades of colors throughout, how you accessorize it can either mute those down or bring them forward and pull a specific color forward. And that's exactly what she did here, especially since William's jacket, has a lot more surface area than just her belt. When they stand next to each other here, you just really see that pink pulling forward. And it's so beautiful and a masterful example of how you can update an item. This dress just moves so beautifully. Look at it. It's just so light and ethereal, and it just, it's gorgeous. So she previously wore this pale pink and cream Gucci gown to a 2019 gala. And she apparently watched Hamnet the night before the Baftas, and she said it was a bad idea because she ended up with very puffy eyes because it's such a tearjerker. I haven't been able to watch it yet. I'm on William's team. He said he's not in a calm enough state to watch Hamnet, and neither am I. I don't know if I ever will be. I can't handle movies like that. I get way too emotional. And I don't want to cry when I watch a movie. I want to enjoy it. I like fun movies. Not that Hamnet's not a beautiful movie. It is. It's a beautiful movie, I'm sure. I can see how beautifully it was shot. Catherine said the music, the score is fantastic. She also shared her appreciation of the film's presentation of intergenerational grief, which is really, really powerful. But I can't, I'm on Team William with this one. I can't bring myself to watch Hamnet just yet. William said that he has not seen Marty Supreme. Me neither. I'm not very excited about that one. And he described the vampire movie Sinners as a bit dark. It was, but it was really good. There was the gore was a little much for me. I don't really like movies like that, but I loved Sinners. So they did a good enough job. And the acting, Michael B. Jordan did a fantastic job. But the quote from William continues, "I have seen One Battle After Another. That was very good. We were not expecting it to start the way it did. Agreed. But it was really good. I liked that movie too." Prince William presented the BAFTA Fellowship Award, and he praised the UK creative industries, calling them one of this country's greatest strengths. But now let's get on to the outfits. So Catherine wore the Greville chandelier earrings, as well as Queen Mary's diamond choker bracelet, and her Oscar de la Renta Cabrina pumps in platinum lame. I like that she doesn't do super extreme pointed toe for her shoes because she is super tall. So if she wears super elongated, like the Balenciaga knife heels are super elongated, it would probably make her feet look a little bit big. So I'm glad that she sticks with a more modest pointed toe shoe that tends to be a little bit more flattering in my opinion. I've never been a huge fan of aggressively pointed toe shoes. They're also not the most comfortable. But this dress looks absolutely beautiful, just like the first time she wore it. The belt aids with accentuating her waistline. Its flow and movement is just to die for, and it is just a gorgeous, angelic dress. She looked beautiful. I especially love her hair and makeup choices for this evening. She looks just gorgeous, just beautiful. But let's take a look at some of the red carpet outfits, shall we? So first we have Chase Infiniti wearing this beautiful sculptural, I believe this is Louis Vuitton, in a gorgeous burgundy shade, very similar to Catherine and William's color scheme for the evening. This I really, really like. I love the straight across strapless dress here because it doesn't look like it's falling down the way some of the other dresses do. The straight across or even convex tend to work a lot better than other structures for strapless gowns. It fits her perfectly, and obviously she had a very, very smart smoothing layer on underneath because there are no seams, lumps, or bumps going on here. So having that smooth base allows this dress's sculptural elements to be the star of the show, and she wore it beautifully. This is really, really amazing and very, very well done. I mean, this is a feat of fashion engineering here. It's gorgeous. And this is a dress where the sculptural elements and the artistic side of this design still look nice on her. It still looks beautiful. It's not overpowering her or cartoonish or costumey. It's perfect. Teyana Taylor wearing Burberry, however, I don't like as much. It's very sculptural, it's very dramatic, and it looks a little wrinkly. It's a little much. Sadie Sink looks pretty nice in this sage green dress here. I don't mind it, but I don't love how it's fitting across the neckline, and the seams down the front I wish had just a little bit more of an angle to them. It'd be a little bit more flattering because the way it is here, it almost widens her or makes her torso look very straight from the bust line to the waistline. And I understand that's because it's backless, so this was kind of how they decided to handle the structure of this dress, but it's just not as appealing because this banding across here looks like it's tied on to hold it up, and it looks a little tight and ill-fitting in that spot, but I love her hair, makeup, and jewelry. And that color is so pretty. Catherine Hahn finally is wearing something decent. She sometimes wears really, really strange outfits on the red carpet. This one I quite like. I think it's pretty. It's still a little quirky, so it still suits her style. Kerry Washington, one of the best of the night. This is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Everything about this. I like how flowy and light the skirt is to help balance the heaviness of the embellishments of the top. It's also well fitted. Because it's open along the side and the back, it didn't need to also be like low cut in the front, so I appreciate that it has a slightly higher neckline since it's exposed in other areas. It creates better balance. Maya Rudolph, however, just can't seem to get it together for the red carpet. She always chooses such strange things. This I don't like, mainly because it's extremely frumpy and it draws the eye to this lower portion with all this visual weight and noise and mess going on that it just kind of feels bottom heavy and not very attractive. I like Michael B. Jordan's attempt here, but I feel like this would be more successful if his trousers were just a little bit wider leg, like had just a tiny bit more room. I'm not talking like wide leg. I'm not loving that look lately on some of the men's trousers, but just a little more volume in the leg would balance that suit a little bit better, because it's not only, it's not only a lot of structure and weight up here, but it's also gray. So visually, it just looks so much bigger than the trousers. So gray trousers would have also helped to bring balance to this look. Emma Stone's dress is simplistic and well fitted, and we don't have any issues with undergarments, so she's wearing it well and her styling looks beautiful, but it's not my particular favorite. The structure of it in the front, it's very, very minimizing to the bust line, which is fine, but I just don't find that to be the most flattering option. Tom Blythe, I think, is just okay here. The trousers are just a little big, in my opinion. They're a little overwhelming. I'm just not loving that very large trouser look on men. It's not my favorite. And same with Riz. This looks too big, and I don't like that there's nothing underneath. The proportions of this are just awkward for me, and that's a no. Rose Byrne looks lovely in this pale yellow dress. This like pastel yellow is gorgeous. The only thing I don't like about it is the halter strap looks like an afterthought, like it was tacked on afterwards for some reason. So it doesn't look intentional to me. So that should be fixed. Imagine if this was the same fabric as the skirt. bunched, not like bunched in a messy way, but just a little bit of layering that sort of reflects the skirt for the halter neck. That would look so much more beautiful than this that looks out of place and like an afterthought. It also is sitting really low on the bust line, but if it just at least had, like, if you could just imagine the skirt, texture, fabric as the strap, it would look so much more beautiful and balanced. I really like Kate Hudson's dress here. This is a beautiful red bold color and it's very well done. Almost perfectly smooth. Very, very nice. My only complaint is that her styling aged her. I think her hair down would have been a lot more flattering. This particular styling choice really did age her a little bit, unfortunately. Amy Lou Wood looks really pretty in this soft pink dress. I think it's quite nice. It being monochrome is very slimming to her and elongating. It really draws the eye to the neckline and the bust line here with this draping. It's a little awkward. I could see some people reading this as the sash got shoved into the bust, but it is an intentional styling option. I really like her hair and makeup here. The focal point definitely is from the bust line up, which is what you want. You want to draw the eye up here, especially with this sort of a design. So that's a smart styling option for her to keep the eye right up here. It's not my favorite, but it's certainly more successful than some of the stuff she's worn previously. This particular dress, it's almost like an optical illusion. Very, very interesting, very challenging to make, very, very well made. I mean, the skill that it took to make this is phenomenal. I view this as more of a costume piece than a good red carpet option, but I do appreciate the skill in this dress. I don't love Erin Doherty's super sculptural piece. She's been doing a lot of these. It seems like she's just all about really, really sculptural things that are very bottom heavy. I don't love it. I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever seen, like in general, but to me, this is more suited for a runway, a fashion shoot, being in magazines and ads and things like that, editorial. It's not for the red carpet because it's not super flattering. So I don't love that. At least she has her hair up. The jewelry was a smart choice for this particular piece. Yeah. Chloe Zhao in this gold dress also I think looks pretty messy. The black shoes were a big mistake. They catch the eye and look out of place. The skirt is very busy, and the bodice is that fabric that I always think, just my personal opinion, reads very cheap. And then her hair just kind of down and effortless didn't really go with this dress. I think with different shoes and an updo, it would have looked more exciting and more put together and more polished and less bleh. Of these, I would say my favorite is obviously Catherine, Princess of Wales, and Kerry Washington, and Chase Infiniti. That is really beautiful. But what are your favorites? Leave it in the comments. Thank you for joining me for today's fashion edition. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Have a happy day, everybody. Bye.